Hello, Duke Energy. My name is Ian Albert. I live in the Charlotte area. I've been a Scrum Master here since the summer of 2019, so almost 6 years. It'll be 6 years this summer. I've worked on teams of all different sizes, different cultures, different maturity levels, working on all different sorts of projects in my tenure as a Scrum Master. That's mostly been with Bank of America. And just to jump right into the questions, I'd like to actually start with question 2, if that's okay, which I think will segue nicely into question 1. How do I build trust with teams, with new teams? I think teams might not trust someone who's new on the team. They don't know me at all. I approach this kind of a similar way that I did my personal training clients. As you see on my resume, I was a personal trainer, private personal trainer at big box gyms as well. And with new clients, you have to first build trust with them. They need to know how you're going to help them succeed, how you're going to help them reach their goals. So in terms of people at the bank, what I would do is I would set up meetings, one-on-ones with my POs, with my feature leads, with BAs. I would try to get to know them on both a personal level as well as a professional level, kind of ask them open-ended questions, find common ground, things that we have in common, try to build rapport with them. See what motivates them, see what makes them happy, see why they come to work, why they do their job, what success looks like to them in their job. And then I just kind of pick their brain, see what they think the current state of affairs is on the teams, pain points, areas of opportunity, how I can help the team, what they think my value will be on the team as a Scrum Master. And kind of go from there. I also like to set up a retro with the team before we even really get started, maybe after the first week or two, kind of introduce myself, get to know the team members, and kind of ask them the same questions. When I call on people, I might say to introduce themselves, where they're from, where they live now, 3 things about themselves, and then just kind of get a general idea of where they think the team stands and what we can improve on. I try to build trust by seeing, again, I don't think I'm repeating myself, by seeing what motivates people and how I can help coach them to make them successful, make them happy in their work. I am already at 2.5 minutes. I'm not doing a good job of time boxing this. On to the next question then of how do I deal with people who are skeptical, a skeptical leader? So the team that I am currently on, which I've been with now for 2 years, they were very skeptical when I first started. I took over for a Scrum Master who was leaving the bank. This was a massive team of about 40 plus people, very stuck in their ways. They were having massive hour-long daily stand-ups that would often go on tangents and wouldn't even necessarily talk about updates. I was brought in by management to kind of reintroduce Agile to the team, Scrum, Kanban, a little bit of SAFe as well, and kind of start over. So I had to get them on board. And how do you do that? How do you, I guess, for lack of a better phrase at the moment, teach old dogs new tricks? I think there are many ways you can go about it. I tried to understand their concerns. Again, I said I had one-on-one meetings with people. I would try to understand their concerns, why they were skeptical, where it comes from. Is it from past experiences, from fears, from problems that have happened on this team, on other teams? And I try to work with them. I try to provide examples of what I think we can do to kind of deal with their concerns, their fears. I show them the benefits of Agile, whether it be Kanban or Scrum, increased efficiency, increased collaboration. Try to go over all that, show them the value, share success stories from teams that I've had on the past, and essentially just take baby steps. I try to let the team know that I am not a dictator. I am here in a peer position to try to get the team to be successful and work with them as a team member. I'm trying to make just kind of small adjustments here and there, and throughout the course of time, I think that can lead to big change and continuous improvements. Let's see. So again, I'm over time. Someone should have Elmoed me and said, enough, let's move on. Let's see. So last question, even though I did want to answer all 4. Last question would be things that I do that I think, constantly get to good outcomes, positive outcomes, and see results. I think, again, I know a lot of people don't like this phrase. It's just being a people person. I know I've said this before. It's kind of just being an open door to people, building trust with these people, dealing with skepticism, getting them to just like me as a person, feel like they can be open and honest with me. And again, I do that by getting to know them, especially at a personal level, what motivates them, what makes them happy to come to work and get the job done, and just show them that I'm there for them. And I think it's just showing them, really explaining to them what my job is as a Scrum Master, again, to make their lives easier, to get them to work more efficiently, effectively, get rid of obstacles, and just that they know that they can come to me and that I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do. Quick example, and then I'll stop because I'm way over time. Early on, the team was not bringing up blockers on calls, even though we would always go over that during our stand-ups. I kept mentioning it, that they should just let me know, flag their tickets, write blockers in their comments, let me know, and I will deal with them, escalate where necessary. For whatever reason, they weren't doing that. Tried to dive in a little more, and then one developer kind of cut me off and said, I emailed Ian the other week with some issues that I was having with dependencies, and he dealt with them right away. He was great about it, took a load off my work, and I was able to get some other work done in the meantime. And from there, that kind of opened the door, again, I feel like I'm repeating myself, to other people kind of letting me know when they have blockers, letting them know that I'm going to do what I'm saying I'm going to do. Once again, I'm rambling. I'm way over time, which I apologize for. Not great at filming myself. I think one thing that makes me a good servant leader is that I don't like to talk about myself that much. I like to help other people succeed, which you can see from my resume. That's pretty much been my entire career, is helping